Bonjour mes amis, hi guys, I want to show you something about Tudor's T-Fit clasp. I'm wearing the brand new Tudor Black Bay 54, and at the shop we hesitated a bit about how many links to remove. In the end we took out 4, but I found myself a bit stuck. I was outside in Hong Kong, it's getting very hot and humid, and I was at the end of the T-Fit's extension, as I can show you right here. There you go. So the T-Fit works like this. You pull it, you slide it, and then you have something to jiggle a little bit to fall into one of the little divots right here. But as you can see, there's not a lot of adjustment really in this clasp, and I'm a bit worried that adding back a link, I'm going to be always a bit too loose, and I'm going to have to wear it pretty much all the way at the end of the run here, as tight as possible, and won't be able to get it tighter. So let's find out together if adding back a link will have that effect. And it seems we've had the same problem with the Tudor clasps before, on the Black Bay 58, on the GMT for example, that don't have a half link of adjustment, and the T-Fit is supposed to be the answer for that. But maybe it's not the answer for that for everyone. Actually, my Black Bay 58, I have no problem to fit it. It's right in between the 3 little points of anchoring, and I never had to change it. And if I had to, I can just easily move it. But I have it slightly loose, and it always feels good. But the GMT, I always was in between 2 and could never get the right fit. It would be too tight or too loose, and I have the same problem with most Grand Seiko bracelets. So here it seems to me like I'm always at the end of the adjustment, so I'm going to add back a link and see the result. Before I do that, let's calculate the space between the middle of the screws. It's about 9.5, almost 1 centimeter. Now let's see the travel space on the T-Fit. This is at the end, so from the end to the start, how much space is left at the start? You see, it doesn't get quite flush. The maximum is gonna be 0.8, probably a bit less than that, because the metal is not gonna actually touch at the very end here, so it's more like, yeah, it leaves a bit of a gap, so it's more like 0.7, which is quite a bit less than 1 link. Okay, so I have 1 link 3, and I'm going to add it back right here. Okay, so I've added 1 link back, and before I tighten the screws, let's check the fit now. Okay, now it's way too loose. I'm at the end of the travel of the T-Fit. Now let's put it all the way to the beginning of the travel. And yeah, I guess now it's kind of loose. It's looser than it was. Yeah, I would like to have it a little bit tighter now. I'll try it for a day and see how it is, but I think that the travel of the T-Fit being shorter than 1 link, you can't get it just right. It has to be longer than a link. It has to be longer than 1 centimeter, which is exactly the same problem as before. And to all the people who were like, hey, why didn't you try this clasp on the Black Bay 58? Well, first, I told you it's not the same color of metal. Secondly, even if it was fitted, what are you going to do? You're going to buy a whole bracelet, or maybe the rubber with the end link and the T-fit clasp, just to take the T-fit clasp to put it on the 58. It's still going to be ugly. It's going to cost a lot of money. And you can't swap out the full bracelet anyway, because the end link is totally different. So I don't see the point of getting excited and angry, for me, not taking out the whole clasp and trying to put it on the 58. There's no point doing that. You know, nobody's going to buy that clasp just to put it on the 58, and the color is not going to match. But yeah, the T-fit is not an answer. It will be an answer for those who are right in between two links, but not for the others. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this. What do you think, guys? Okay, I can tell it's just too loose, so I've removed the link again. And if I put the T-fit all the way to the end of the travel, it's almost difficult to put the watch on. And now, yeah, I can't even put the finger inside, so it's really, really tight. And then I guess it's okay. It won't be, it's not a lot of relief that you're gonna get from the T-fit. I mean, the relief is only this much, right? This much, and it ain't that much. But I guess it's okay. I can live with it, but I can see how it might not be what you expect if you're used to the Omega Seamaster clasp or the Glide Lock from Rolex. To compare, here is a Rolex Glide Lock, and the adjustment is like almost 18 millimeters, which is huge. And yeah, don't ask me why I buy a Tudor if I have a Sea Dweller 4000. It's just sickness. But there you go. That's how you do it. I'm not sure why they don't think of those things at Tudor. Do they even try the watches on a few wrists before releasing the product? I mean, it's okay, it's fine enough, but they didn't really need the T-fit. I would just prefer to have just a half link. That would do the job for me. Let's try like this for now. But yeah, it's always a bit disappointing when you're at the shop and you've just paid and they remove the stickers and they size it for you, and you realize you're just in between two adjustment points and there's just no way to get the right fit, and you know right away that it's not gonna work, but you still hope that somehow between the shop and your house something magical will happen to your wrist size, but it doesn't. So yeah, there you go. The T-fit, it's cool. It's gonna suit a lot of wrists. Might not always be just right. I think what's just right is to have a half link. It's not that difficult. And I'm gonna plug a Steel Reef. I have no affiliation, but Steel Reef, they made the half link for the Black Bay 58. So look them up. Steel Reef. They're on Instagram. And apparently to me, that would be the best solution if you're in between on the 58. I'm just right on the Black Bay 58, never had a problem. I need to have the half link for the GMTs, because there I was never happy. It's a fairly big watch, so you want to have it just right and not too loose, and too tight is never pleasant, especially in a humid climate. You go outside and you feel miserable with your watch, and you can get stuck if you're on holiday for a week with that adjustment without the link that you're missing. So I think Tudor, instead of making a beautiful clasp there with the T-fit, just making half links. How hard is that when you go through the trouble of making of having a beautiful facility, beautiful new building there, and making great watches. why not just make half links? Seems basic enough. All right, guys, I hope this is kind of helpful. Just be on the lookout. Watch out. Bye bye, guys.